Hello, and today we're going to look at the British Hornet, the Konflikt 47. Now this is, I've heard this actually referred to as the red mist generator. It's probably referring to the 4 HMGs on the front. Yeah, so let's go ahead and open it up. Now this is what you get when you open the box. There you go, hide the other miniatures that I've got on my desk. Now, this is what you get when you open the box. You get 2 plastic blisters with their highly expensive cardboard. We'll dispose of that environmentally. Now, let's open up and see what we get. Now the first box, let's open that up and see what we get. Now, what we get here, base, that's good. Now, you get 2 legs. Now I double check with the legs you get, because I've heard some stories of the fact that they get 2 legs on the same side. If that happens, I'm email or get in contact with Warlord, and they normally quite happily replace bits which are missing or damaged from their own kits. So that's a good customer service response. But we have 2 legs. Now on this model there are a lot of artifacts and blemishes on the top from where they've had to fill the resin. So you have the risers where they had to feed the resin in and let the air out and things like that. So there are a lot of them. I would go around carefully with a knife and take them off, but try not to take any off any of the detail, because these are very detailed and very crisp actually. These are quite crisp, and see, there's not very many mold lines at all. In fact, that's actually quite a good one. Let's have a look at this. If you are going to sand resin or do any or produce small little particles of resin, I'd recommend you use a mask so you don't breathe any of them in. And everyone's got masks at the moment, but I'd probably use a proper dust mask for it, not just a thin piece of material. It doesn't quite have the same effect. But you know, that is a very good cast. There's a bit that needs to be shaved off there and there, but apart from that, and you can see this bit here is quite shiny. Now I would say that's probably some of the release agent still on it, so I would highly recommend you wash the resin. Actually, it's not a recommendation, it is a requirement, I think, in this case. Now if you look inside here, here we go. There you go, it has a Warlord resin, and even here it says thou shalt wash it before you do anything to it. Yeah, standard thing. You use super glue and then cut everything off, but they recommend using a a face mask as well when cutting it up. Now the other bits in this pack are that's like the waist. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's where the legs fit and the body fits on top. Again, if you have a closer look here, there's not a huge amount of detail on this bit, but what detail there is, it's not focusing. There we go. What detail there is nice and crisp. And then you have the top. This bit goes, if you look at the box, it goes on the top there, right there, on the top. and there should be some metal hatches, which should be in the other box. But if you see this bit's actually, there's quite a few feeder points, and there's lots of artifacts and things that need to be taken off. I'm not going to take them all off now, but yeah, so they need to go. You need to go through and clean them up properly. Now I found there's an issue. I've actually bought 2 of these, and I actually assembled one already. And you'll see there's an issue with this bit probably not fitting the top, but I'll show you in a second. So that's got good detail as well. Oh, there it is. It's got some good details as well. Not very many mold lines. In fact, I'd probably say you can just see one there, but that's only because I'm looking. So that's quite very good. I must say, with the K47 stuff, I am extremely happy with the resin that with these. In fact, with these models with the Warlord resin, I'm extremely happy with the quality and the detail of the resin that's come out of Warlord games. So here we go, the second bit, second box. Ooh. Right, and here we have the body. Now this looks like the Grizzly body. Now I'm not surprised if they are using the Grizzly body, or the Grizzly base as a model as a base for this. I mean, who wouldn't? It'll save money, time, effort. Again, a few bits to cut off, relatively easy. Now what I found with this on the last one is there was an excessive build-up of resin at the bottom. See, it's not flush with the bottom, so there you go, you can see it there. So you might need to just shave a bit off at the bottom to make other bits fit. But apart from that, the quality on it, again, is quite a good mould. And the bit I was talking about, if you put that in there, obviously I need to sort that out. You can see there's a big gap. So what I did last time, I chopped a bit off those bits there to move it forward slightly, and then I heated it up a bit and it bent slightly. But you'll see there's not a problem with it. But you can see all the way on. Oh, there's the camera. You can see all the way through under that, and it's quite hard to put. So that is a very awkward thing to put in. But with a bit of manipulation, it can go in. Now the arms, you have one left arm, one right arm. Again, these are actually better than the ones I got when I opened my other pack. But these risers here on the top, these feeder points, they're a pain. Just when you take them off, just be careful you don't flatten off the top ridge, because that ridge there is actually meant to be part of the design. So you just need to be careful on that. But apart from that, yeah, no, that's got some good detail on there. And again, on the other hand, other arm, this one's got a bit of a mold line there, but that's not a major. Oh, it's got a bit there, need to take off too. But again, that's not a major thing. That's quite a minor blemish. And again, the bits at the top need working on. This bit just goes on once you've taken the feeder points off. It just goes underneath there, and glues on there. Adds a bit of depth to the height. Had a bit of chunkiness to the body. Now then it comes to this. Now this model has metal components as well, as it's based on the Grizzly model. Hold on a second. This was packed for you by Sebastian. Thank you, Sebastian A. Getting a right list of employees there at the moment. Right. So this is the armoured bum flap. Basically, It's a slab of metal. It's got a slight mould line down the side, some flash, nothing hugely. There's not a huge amount of detail on it because it's a bum flap. So it fits on the waist bit. Let's have a think. Which way? I think it's that one. So it fits on there like that. Yeah, just like that. But yeah, no, that's fine. Some power cables. These will go on after you've assembled the resin. I can't show you where they go at the moment because the model's not assembled. So, yep. Here are the two hatches. Now, I found with these that they don't really fit this very well. That is a gripe. So I had to widen that hole slightly, and I had to shave the edge off these a bit to make them fit. So can't really see that properly, can you? Hold on. There you go. There you go. That's not very much detail on there, but you don't need to. Oh, that's better. You can see the detail on that now. Sorry, new camera. That's looking at the detail there. And the arms were the other one, wasn't it? So that's see better detail on that. And one of the legs as well. There you go. Anyway, okay, then you get the front panel. This is the armoured front panel. One of the things, there's a bit of flash on there, which is not a problem. I found on the last one that the bottom, there was a lot of metal flash on the bottom, which meant that it didn't line up with the body very well. So I had to remove that, and then it goes in there, but these side bits stick out. So what I did, I ended up bending them in. See these bits here, there on that side, and there. They stuck out like mini wings. So I squeezed them in a bit to hug the hull. And these holes here, so you got 4 holes there, and a big one. Well, not holes, 4 points there, and a big point there. That is for these. Now you have 4 HMGs, which have slightly gone down the barrel for you. I mean, you could drill them out if you really wanted to, but I'm not bothered about that. But so you got 4 HMGs and that's an anti-tank gun. It's a short-range anti-tank gun. I've forgotten what size it is, but it used to be 76. Now it's 48 because it's a short barrel. So yeah, so they're all right. So overall, I think I have some gripes with the miscasts on not miscasts. The way it doesn't quite fit together properly. It's like they have taken the Grizzly chassis. They've taken the Grizzly chassis and tried to modify it slightly, and it hasn't quite worked. Though I think Grizzly actually has that on top, so I don't know why that doesn't quite fit properly. But again, a bit of hot water, warm water, dumping that, or what I do, I hold on to the sides of the bulldog clip and put it over the nozzle of the kettle when it boils. And there's always a boiling kettle in this house because everyone likes tea. So, and then it's easily manipulated. So, and then that fits on quite easily. But apart from that, the arms are quite hard to glue on. So I would use accelerant on that. I ran out again of accelerant, and I had to use blue tack to try and put the arms in the right places. Now, okay, so we put that to one side. Now, in a real Blue Peter moment, here's one I made earlier. As I said, I had two, but I bought two, and this is it. This is what it looks like. As you can see, I managed to get the top bit to fit to a reasonable extent. There's a bit there that I need to tidy up on. But no, it cleaned up well, cleaned up very nicely. As you can see, I probably need to go over that with the file again, try and flatten that off. You can see where I've ended up cutting the bits of resin on to make the under bit fit. And that is the Hornet for the British Army K-47. Now, in summary to the Hornet medium walker. Now, I just love the idea of this model. It was the reason I got it, and I've got two as well. So I was going to have a armoured platoon and a reinforcement platoon, and yet the model's simple. It was easy. Well, I'd say easy. It's relatively easy to put together. One of the issues I had was the top hatch section didn't fit the body, and on both of them it didn't fit the body, and I had to cut back a bit of the resin and had to heat it up with the kettle and bend it into shape. I managed to fit it in the end, but it was a pain to do, and it shouldn't really have to do that. The undercarriage of the main body was not cast. It was, there were lots of artifacts on there that you have to shave off, which the risers, when they mould it, yeah, you can understand that, and they've tried to place them in really good locations, so when you cut them off, the blemishes aren't actually visible. But when bits don't fit properly, not because of any of the artifacts or risers or anything like that, and they just don't fit properly, it's a bit of a pain, really. And yeah, so I had to do that. But after that, it was really easy. The arms are quite hard to get into place if you don't have accelerant, super glue accelerant. So if you want the arms to be something else other than just dangling down, you'd have to have accelerant on it to put it together, to make it together properly. Overall, the model is fine. I like the model, and I like the rules behind it, which is why I've got it. And I have heard of them being called red mist generators, because they are 4 HMGs and a short barreled autocannon as well. So overall, yeah, it's a fine kit with some niggling issues which need to be looked at in the long run, but in the short run, you can make it work. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see about getting some more.